MTDCNC have travelled back to Colville in Leicestershire today, and we're at Matsuura. We've come to meet up with Domenic, who's the National Sales Manager, and he's going to talk to us about the new MX-850 5-axis machining centre. This machine is about to be launched at MAC 2014, so let's go and have a look. So I'm standing in front of the Matsuura MX-850 and I'm going to introduce Domenic, who's the National Sales Manager for Matsuura. Good morning, Domenic.
Good morning, sir.
I thought this would be a good opportunity for you to talk us through the MX-850, tell us a little bit about the machine. Why is it's new machine to the range? Why has it been introduced?
Well, it's a large machine of a model that we've now had for about 2.5 to 3 years. The MX-520 has been Matsuura's best-selling entry-level 5-axis into the global market. So based on that, a few of us that are on the steering committee at Matsuura wanted a bigger model. So we're going to be launching this machine into the UK at the MAC exhibition, as you well know. So the MX-850 offers the same dynamics, the same accessibility of the 520, but with a much larger envelope. So we're 850 by 450 capacity, same spindle speed, same tool changer. But obviously we can now look at a market that is looking at a larger workpiece. The MX-520 has been extremely successful for us, for getting into the smaller company that can actually taste Matsuura and afford Matsuura.
Yeah. So with this 850 then, I was looking at the brochure earlier, you've got 900mm in the x-axis by 780 in the y, so it's a large
envelope. It's a big machine. I mean, we're saying 850, but if you actually take the component more as a rectangle, we can actually swing a lot more because the trunnion gap is very big.
Yeah.
So like all Matsuuras, the brochure will always say one thing, but your actual is always a bit more.
Yeah, but because with the table here, you've got two options on the table. This is you can have a 700mm or a 500mm.
Yeah, 500 is standard,
yeah.
And then we offer the option of a 700. But on all our MXs, if we have the smaller surface table, we can also have side tables on the machine, which give you either a very large 4-axis machine or 3-axis, or an op 10, op 20, op 30, so you can top and tail a 5-axis component all the way through in one hit.
Okay, okay.
And that's quite a good feature on our machine.
And the spindle itself, you get 3 options with a spindle speed on this machine?
On this particular model, it's 12,000 standard, 15,000 or 20,000 RPM, all on BT40 big plus taper face contact.
Right, okay. And you've also got 60 tools, which is standard, which is unusual because most 5-axis machines in the
market...
Correct.
Again, that's something that we steered in the infancy of the MX-520. 40 tools was standard, but we felt that if we had 60 tools and made that a standard size to keep the cost down from an entry-level point of view, it means that we can offer obviously a larger magazine to give us, again, a competitive edge against our other entry-level 5-axis machine tool suppliers.
And with you being able to load 500 kilograms of part, one of the things you think of as an ex-machinist myself is how are you going to load that? But I noticed that
we can access the door, so we have this door will open and you can access on centre line of the 5-axis table.
So you could use a crane, you can crane a component in, drop it onto the table.
Yeah. And again, the other good thing about this machine is access to the machine. That's over the last 2.5 years we've been selling the MX. That has been quite a key fundamental feedback that we've had back from the client, saying the access is fantastic, the controller moves around, you've got a good overhead access. So all round it's a very, very ergonomically designed machine tool.
And the type of customer that would invest in a machine like this, are you looking at OEMs, motorsport industry or subcontract engineers? Does it fit the bill for
Generally we've been selling to all our customer base, but what it's enabled us to do, since the demise of our vertical range of the cost being obviously a little bit more expensive than the competitors, it's allowed us now to revisit all the small companies again. So the MX-520 especially is a lot of new business, a lot of new blood coming into our customer base, which is then growing into our multi-pallet 5-axis range. So again, circa a certain number, we are very competitive against our competitors, which gets people in with the Matsuura brand.
I think that, to me, it's a big thing that when I used to sell machine tools, I'd look at Matsuura as a production machine, lots of pallets, and you know, a high precision machining centre, which you've obviously got that here, but it's not necessarily a production machine at the same time.
It can be either. I mean, we're selling it into environments that are using it as a jobbing machine, small batch production, fast turnaround, but what we are also doing is we are automating these machines by putting an ancillary bought-in product, be it a tower system, a table system, a robot, and we can offer hydraulics through the table, auto door systems, where we can then automate it. So even though it is aimed at the entry level, what we're experiencing with some of our other clients is that instead of buying our 40 pallet MAM 72, they're buying 2 or 3 of these and then automating them. So it gives us, because we can do that as an automated integrator, we can do that very easily.
And this machine, built and assembled in Japan.
Totally, yeah, 100%.
And the control? Matsuura GTEC 31.
This is a new control. We've gone to the I panel. It's a 31i FANUC control. The GTEC is that we brand it so that we put a lot of our own software in there. But behind the cabinet, it's a FANUC control with all the high-speed capability and data server functionality.
So if you're a FANUC user, it would be no problem to come straight across to the Matsuura control. Okay, well I think we've learnt a lot here today, Dom. It's been a very interesting insight into what is available now from Matsuura in the MX-850. So thanks for your time.
No, thank you.